Don't you know that the music should be solemn?
Hola, ¿cómo estás? Buenos días.
I'm kidding. Just
Like,
kidding, Theo. No, I know.
The sound doesn't work.
I know the technical. Here's me.
Yeah.
And I'm kidding.
Do you know what's funny is apparently when we had this tech difficulty, I don't even know. I guess Justin edits them all in. We didn't really have technical difficulty. Like we had it, but we didn't. Like apparently we thought there was difficulty, but there wasn't.
What are you talking about? We saw that there was. It was me.
Apparently there wasn't. It sounded
Whoa,
perfect.
Look at that. I got a little something going on behind me that was protecting me. Wasn't really Coatesy. No technical issues whatsoever.
No, but we were both under the assumption. So it either means that we don't know what we're doing, which is what I'm leaning towards before
Probably
the other one, or we can't even decipher what's right and what's wrong in this technical.
Listen, as I've said before, I'm the deputy. You're the sheriff. When you say we got issues, I go, where are they? How do I fix them?
We're hanging on. You know, we are hanging on. It's really interesting. So
you look good. What's that? Bones on your shirt? What is that?
Bones Brigade? You ever
Oh, yeah.
Skateboarder? You ever skateboard, Kim?
Never, not one time in my life.
Really?
Hockey player, but never a skateboarder. You were. You're younger than me. You're way younger.
Love skateboarding. Yeah, it was my thing when I was young. It was one of my things. BMX and skateboarding, but way more towards
Jesus.
Yeah. But I love.
Why didn't you bring a skateboard to set in Sons of Anarchy? You weren't allowed.
We weren't allowed to do anything. We were punching in and punching out.
Sumo wrestling. We did that.
We sumo wrestled. We did push-ups in the concrete.
The fucking push-ups. Wow.
Yeah, but you know how that was.
DL, that is good.
Skateboards weren't cool enough. I should have brought a skateboard there. We did have the great pavement there to do it.
What did we ever?
Yeah, I have my skateboards here. The kids are riding them now. I'm actually just got plans to potentially build a half pipe for them on the property.
Oh, you are so out of control.
I know. I'm doing that. The three big things that I have that we looked into this week, and by we, I mean me and any friends I could rustle up to do it.
Don't have any.
Yeah, there's a couple out here that I like and trust.
Okay,
I might get Fickner to work.
He's coming to see you, buddy.
Yeah. I want to do a pump track. Do you know what a pump track is?
A what?
It's called a pump track. Don't let your mind.
Oh,
don't let your mind go in the gutter.
That's where it went right away.
I know it did. You heard pump and immediately it turned into a 14
then track. Whoa, what is that? Whoa. Need to call up Uncer and ask him. He knows.
Of a penis pump. No, a pump track.
I've never needed one of those. I don't know why.
Those are so funny. Those things are hysterical. I always think of Austin Powers. When he's in the scene in the airport where he's like, no, a pump track is like you get a bunch of dirt or you use the existing land and you do all like hills and valleys so they can ride their BMX like on a track.
Oh, they love that. The boys would.
Yeah, you're a big racing guy, so they'd have
love
like a
that
track with hills and with jumps and with curvatures and all that. And obviously the tree house, they want to do a big tree house. So that we're looking forward to. We're just trying to find the right set of trees because I don't want to harm the trees. So I'm going to build a ram.
No, you'll add something to them. The trees will be added to. Yeah.
And I don't want to hammer into the trees. That's how I am. And then obviously something for the skateboards. But yeah, I mean, they're like full outdoor kids. I got them as a
Huckleberry Finn.
Literally.
And little brother, they are in it. Tom Sawyer, they are in it.
So when we got back from baseball the other day, I got them a gift. I got them their first tools. Like they have a tool belt with real tools that are metal. So like they have hammers and screwdrivers and
Montessori, baby. Here we go.
And they go out there and they want to be inventors, they said, and they just build, and it's pretty fascinating to watch.
It's so great. It's so great, bro.
Somebody wrote something. You would think about this because, it's funny. A friend just sent this to me, and I thought this was interesting. You could probably think about what Fred was probably thinking about your dad. It said once, and what you could think about as a parent too. two incredible daughters.
Thank you.
Once you are a parent, you are the ghost of your children's future.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great.
So once they're gone, like I was thinking about all
That's
the
great.
things and how responsible I am because to them, and how, you know, my what I need to do for them, because like when I am gone, that's what they're going to think about.
No, it's great. It's great. What a great line.
What a great
I had a buddy Jim Lindsay, who Jim Lindsay from we're about to, this whole thing is almost, I'm in Washington now. I'm almost done.
Yep.
I'm going home to see my mom right away. 91 years old, Joyce, right? Got to see, and we're going to play around of golf. And my buddy Jimmy said, I suck. I can't. I have nothing going on. I can't. I'm not going to play. I can't. I went, hey, remember what your second dad, Freddie Coates, would tell you? Jimmy, stay positive. Stay positive, Jimmy. Now pour me another rye. That was Dad's line. Jimmy, stay positive. Pour me another rye. And he laughed. And it doesn't matter what you shoot. It's about the enjoyment of getting out there. So, no, your boys, Theo, I mean it, bro. What you and Meg are doing and have done and will do with all the struggles that comes along with success. Yeah. You've got a beautiful spot there, bro. And I cannot wait to see it.
You know, it's just an adventure land for them, and they're learning things. And it's, it's those little moments. It's like you've gotten them, right? Especially multiple times with your daughters, going over to Tanzania and a million times of seeing your kids do something. And that feeling of, I found every day I find out more and more what it means to be like a parent, right?
Yeah.
And so I pick Kane up from school every day, when I'm home. When I'm not filming, I'm 100% in on all things, right? So I picked him up from school. And when you pick him up from school, the fourth graders, I guess, open the door for the cars as you pull up to let the kids in. They have their vests on and all that.
Wow. Cool.
Public school we're in. So they give responsibility to the kids who are a little older. And you pull into this spot, you don't get out of your car, and the fourth graders or whatever open the door, and then your kid gets in, and you have a sign in your car for the kid and all that, whatever. And the kid opened the door, and Kane gets in, and Kane says goodbye to the kid, and the kid goes, "Hey, sir, I just wanted to tell you, your son has the best manners." And I was like, "Thanks, bud."
Come on.
Yeah. And
Come on. It's great.
Job, bud.
Don't screw it up now. Come on, keep it going.
Yeah. I tell them we're part of the where we have a little group we call the Wolf Kings. So that's me, him, and Arlo and Meg and Juno, the dog. So he has to be an active part of the Wolf Kings. I tell him. What are you doing for the Wolf Kings? And I said, you better howl if you're doing something. So it's wildness out here. So all is good. It's an interesting time. You're almost done. I mean, for real done, right? There is
for reals.
For real done.
Yeah.
So
it's been over 4 months, bro. It's been over 4 months. I mean, June, July, August. Yeah, over 4 months. So these sideburns will be going. The hair's gonna grow. I'm gonna lose some weight. I'm gonna grow some hair on my face.
Nice
I'm gonna
hair
try.
on your face.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and look as good as you.
You look like Tig in this episode that I just saw. I actually wrote a comment. We're about to talk about what's it called? Crucifixed?
Yeah.
Crucifixed, which I know what it means now. Now I know. I'm finally up on the lingo. I saw where it fits into the film.
Yeah.
But you had an interesting mustache going in this one. It was borderlining on magician, or it was very pointy and out.
Holy shit, bro. Did I ever? And I remember, I think Tig was acting out. He's been put in jail by Jax. I have to do everything for Jax. I don't even speak anymore. And I decided to just go a little magician-y with the mustache. Like, I'm just going to go a little kooky. And that's right. I did. It was really big and whack.
When it cut to you, I said, he looks like there used to be a restaurant in New York called Beefsteak Charlie's. You look like you had this weird...
I'm Beefsteak Charlie.
Beefsteak Charlie, and he had a big mustache like that, like Chef Boy.
No, good for you. Hey, come on, we'll start. But I got to tell you something. I don't remember Juice being so pivotal in these last few episodes.
No, me neither.
Bro, you are so pivotal.
Yeah, I don't remember any of it. I was actually extremely surprised by this episode.
Oh my, you're all over it. And I know why. I'm going to get into it. All right, let's go.
Yeah, let's get into it. And I will say this because it comes up later, but I might as well just get it out of the way. This was the first episode that I watched. Because you know this, right? You know this. When you get old enough, you start to feel like parts of your life are like different people, right?
Sure.
Like you almost kind of can't relate to them, but
sure.
you know them. And which is, not to get all weird and esoteric, but it's why like I really believe in the present, because that almost seems like a different person. Like I'm now embodied by like a different person. But
no question.
But I got to tell you, playing that guy for that many years, I could tell now why it fucked me up a little, because that guy was a fucking wreck as I'm watching it. He was a wreck. And each of us in our own way had our things, but he was just always, what an emotional, strange, trying so hard character. And really this episode was a culmination of all of it. And you also showed Jax as kind of like, he's not like the nicest guy towards.
Oh, I am so anti-Jax right now.
Yeah,
I'm going to get into it.
Yeah,
the acting's amazing, but just the writing. Anyway, let's go.
Let's go. So start it off.
Yeah,
that's where we left off, which we rarely do. Let's go.
Well, and I wanted to say that the previously on was so beautiful on this show, and I'm going to say why. It was so simple. It was so perfect on what we had done. And where we're going wasn't long, wasn't short. It was every little element needed to be reminded to our viewers in this previously on. It was magic. All right. So we pick up right away with Jax following you right away. Mm-hmm. And I didn't know that we had seen your house. That was your,
me, nor did I.
I mean, Rossi, that was your, like, you guys are following me in front of my house.
Yeah.
Now there's a good example of it's too late now. The show is a hit. That's why we're talking. God, we loved it. But I want to go inside.
I want to go inside.
I want to smoke some pot with
you. Go inside soon.
Do we?
Yeah. Apparently you see my bedroom.
Oh,
or you,
good.
Or, and again, thank God we have people that pay way more attention than us. I think we might have seen the inside of my bedroom already, because I know the scene. I just don't know the episode. It's me putting on my white t-shirt and grabbing the files, the Roosevelt files and all that, and leaving. I'm in my bedroom because I remember going to set with Medina and them and being like, oh, so this is Juice's bedroom. This is cool. Not what I expected, but cool. Like, they did the bike stuff and all that kind of stuff. But we did either see it or we have seen it. So this leads me to a question. Have we ever seen Tig's house?
Yeah, we have.
Oh, we did.
We did one time. It was after the death of Donna. We go back for that last episode and I smashed my head onto my sink's mirror and I'm a mess. I'm drunk. I'm cut. Yeah.
We just saw the bathroom. You didn't see the kitchen.
No kitchen. No kitchen. There was a tree that I peed on. Yeah, no.
Do you know what a bachelor is? I learned this when
bachelor, sure.
A bachelor apartment?
Yeah, sure.
There's no kitchen?
Yeah, no. It's just a one room. You make up your own little hot pan and
this kid who I waited tables with, he had a bachelor in LA and he had his bathroom doubled as his hot plate /
Oh yeah. Yeah. That was his sink right there. Sure.
What an interesting setup that is.
You want a 5-course meal, Theo? Theo, I got it for you. I'll cook it up right here.
It's right next to the toilet paper. The rice is right next to the toilet paper. No, I'm good. I'll eat out. I'm good. The smell of Febreze and basil. So we go right to, which I love. I love when we do direct continuations.
Love it.
So Jax is, following him, sees the cops. Now he starts thinking and realizes that, he's going to have to do what he's got to do. But before that, we cut to Chibs and Gemma. I'm going to tell you why I like this scene. I don't necessarily love the scene, but let me tell you why.
But hang on. I've got to go back one more thing.
Yeah.
Do you think, and this is very important, when Jax is kind of seeing, but not really listening, you come up to the cops and go, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck are you doing here?
He thinks they're friends. Like, he thinks they're working together.
That's what I wanted to ask you.
Yeah, because they didn't put him in cuffs.
And it's the exact opposite. You're going, what the fuck? Jax is going, oh, he's telling them shit.
That's right.
Oh, he's telling them. Okay, anyway, keep going. That's what I wanted to get.
And I'm with you. That wasn't really clear.
No.
And I remember shooting that it wasn't clear because I don't think I had the wherewithal or the brain capacity back then to go.
Interesting.
Does he hear me? Should I yell louder?
Right. Yeah, interesting, Theo.
Yeah, no, it's a great call. I didn't even think about that. So I assume I can't tell what Jax was thinking, but he's thinking like, oh shit, they're not arresting him. They're just talking.
He's with the cops now. That's exactly right.
With the cops. So the Chibs and Gemma scene. Now I'm not going to get into necessarily the scene because I think it was a setup for Gemma to do whatever she does. But the scene, why I liked it, is I've always really enjoyed on Sons of Anarchy when characters who do not interact. Meaning
thank you.
When Tig and Gemma talk, or when Piney and Gemma talk.
Couldn't agree more.
Even that happens a good amount. Or when Tara and Juice talk, or I like when characters who we don't, because what do we see all the time? We always see Tara Gemma.
Yeah.
We always see Gemma Clay.
Yeah.
We always see Jax and Bobby, Jax and Chibs.
Sure.
So even this episode, when we see Jax and Juice alone, it's like, oh shit, we don't see that.
Love it.
So I really appreciate when they do that. The scene was fine. Chibs is amazing. He literally Tommy doesn't have a fucking false beat when he acts.
It's all from the heart.
Cigarette, and even when he's like, he's just cool.
It's just all from the heart. It's just amazing. Great.
Yeah. Bobby about to update Chibs.
Yeah.
Bobby pulls in. He's going to update him. Tell him that he has to talk to him. We now know shit's going down.
Yeah.
The Tara alone scene is really interesting. What are they doing here?
So what the fuck is that about?
Tell me.
She comes in and she bangs on the piano with her feet
to get attention.
To wake up the baby.
Yeah. To get someone in her life.
Okay.
Why?
Couldn't she just pick up Thomas? Does she have to bang the piano keys? So this is a form of acting out. Yeah. She's acting out. She's pissed off. She's angry. She's trapped. And she's fucking banging on a piano. Oh, someone's going to respond. It's Thomas. Thomas needs her. Somebody needs her.
Why is she doing it? Someone needs her.
No.
Because Jax doesn't need her?
Oh, I don't know. It's just she's going down the hole, bro.
She's in a pickle jar.
She's in a pickle jar. Boy, we get a lot of pickle comments this week.
Because pickle jar is what the term should be. It's so funny.
Yeah,
people
it's not that.
What it means. People were like, "It's the baseball term in a pickle," and I was like, "I don't know."
We had Leah. We had people commenting from Britain. Oh, it's English. It comes from 1722. We stole it from the Dutch, and a pickle is a pickle. And it's just if you're in a pickle, it's not good to be in a pickle. I mean,
no one wants to be a pickle.
No one wants to be a pickle.
A cucumber, yes. A pickle, no. So what's funny is then they started doing all the gifts with the pickles and all that. I don't know if you weren't there. Were you there when we were doing the big pickle thing at the Comic-Cons?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay. So years ago, pre-pandemic, pre-different, whatever, I guess you would call it PP.
Yeah.
And then one day we'll be in AP is in pre-P.
Pre-pickle?
Pre-pickle, pre-pandemic.
Pre-pandemic, yeah.
We would do Comic-Cons, and for some reason, me, Ron, Opie, maybe one other person, I thought it was you, it's not, but always us three, when we would do our group photos, somehow we brought pickles at one point.
Oh, you know what? I remember you. I saw some photos. Yeah.
Well, it became a thing. And what we would do is all these people who were online to kind of come and take the group photo, because there'd be so many of them, we decided that we were going to bring a bunch of pickles and hand them pickles and see if they wanted a pickle. And it was a great way to gauge the looseness of people. We're like, because the second they walk in, we'd be like, "You want a pickle?" And they'd be like, "Yeah, fuck, I love pickles." And they grab them. And some people would be like, "No, I don't.
No, thanks.
I just want to take a picture. I don't want a pickle." And then we would hold them in the pictures. And we did it for a few Comic-Cons.
Wait, were they real pickles or was it a phony pickle? Like a doll pickle?
They were
Real pickle.
pickles.
Wow.
Real pickles.
You
They
guys
were
went real.
Bowls and bowls of real pickles. And then we had a pickle company reach out to us to sponsor us for the
Oh,
pickle.
that's just too much.
So the point is, pickles have been in our life forever.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Yeah.
pickles have been part of Sons. And it makes sense because everybody's in a fucking pickle. Okay. So the Tara thing, she wants to feel something. Now Roosevelt with Juice. He calls him in. I don't want to comment on my own stuff.
This is great. I will.
He's gone.
I just, all I put down in bold is, oh, so sad.
Sad.
This is so not fun anymore.
It's not fun for him.
This is the story of Sons of Anarchy. This fucking season, bro. It is turning so bad and sad. And I just love how we'll get into it. Jax goes, oh, I'll fix that. No, you won't.
But
you're not going
to. This. You got Roosevelt sitting there who lost his wife and unborn baby.
I know.
Juice, his life is over, right? It doesn't matter how long it drags. His life is over. We're coming from Gemma, who's just miserable, right?
Clay's life's over. I mean, come on.
Clay's life's over. Ever since Jax took this gavel, the world of Charming sucks shit, meaning that not the show, but the world. And Tommy, what I love is Chibs has a moment later where he's like, what the fuck is going on? What we're all thinking. What happened here?
Yep. And the one guy
Tig's
who's become,
neutered.
Pardon me?
Tig's been neutered.
Right? So neutered. And the one thing that is, and I knew this, I kind of forgot it. Bobby has become the only moral compass of the club.
Yep.
Tig does later. Tommy does later, season 6 and 7 even.
Yeah,
but
now,
Bobby, right now, you're so fucked. And yet you're the most innocent boy right now, to me, watching it. Jax is on a rampage since the death of Opie. I don't know what. And, and again, Clay's fucked up and the Nomads, my God.
Tig and Juice have more in common at this moment than I'll tell you.
Absolutely. True.
You know why? Because both of them can't have their own thoughts.
Yep, absolutely.
Their thoughts are Jax.
Yep.
Loyalty to Jax. And looking back on it, I get what they did for the writing. Maybe it could have went different. Maybe it could have been a little more creative, because I think in doing that, and again, I'm allowed to comment on the show, I think in doing that, you've made them into drones where Jax controls them, and you lose a lot of their color that comes with them and those characters. Do you know what I mean?
I do. And I want to just say that I remember distinctly how we all navigated our own parts on this show early. And I remember Sutter always saying to you, hang in, hang in, hang in. Mm-hmm. And you did, and you got fucking huge by the end. Mm-hmm. Tig was massive early. This is about the time right in here. And I knew there'd be a big end of 5 coming up for him. And I didn't think I was going to die, because they didn't tell me I was going to die, but you still never really know, I suppose. Really know. But they stopped writing for Tig. And that was just the way it was. I was heavy in those first 1, 2, 3 seasons. And then it just started to dwindle. And I'm not complaining.
Were you
because
frustrated?
The story, pardon me?
Were you frustrated?
I became really frustrated in season 6, and we'll get to that when we get to it. There's some great stories I have about me and Kurt. So we'll get into that when we get to season 6.
Because it's a bit of what people don't realize. It's a bit of a mind fuck, right? And so let me go into this quick, because it is a great knowledge. I know a lot of people like to hear some of the behind the thought process stuff. So I'll just do this quick. Your ego, no matter how much you try to escape it, your ego is part of you, right? So you can do things on your daily to remove it, and you can do things on the daily to mitigate it. But at the end of the day, it's always part of who you are. It's what we do, right? It's part of our existence in this world. So when we get a script, especially when you're on a show for a long time, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to breeze through it really quick, just to see where you're at, see what's going on with you. And then you're going to sit down and read the whole thing. Right. And you're going to get it. But you want to first see, okay, is there anything I got to get ready for? Is there anything I got to early prepare for? Is there big monologues? Am I going to die? Is there this? Is there that? Once you start going through enough of them and you're not really seeing anything, it starts to kick you in the ass a little, correct?
Yeah.
And you go, wow, okay, Oh, I'm not doing it. Oh yeah, it's just that one line there and 2 lines. Oh, okay. And you know you're going to be there the whole time because that's kind of part of the thing. So you're ultimately there as a viewer. You're watching other people act. And a lot of times that's fine if you're part of the scene, meaning that you're responding to something. But when you're just literally there watching other people act, and sometimes acting in bad behavior, and that's a whole nother conversation, right? Sometimes they're not happy or they're complaining or they're this, and you're going like, fuck, man, just, let me do what I do. It's a really interesting thing. And I think with our show, there were so many of us.
10 leads plus all the incredible guest stars. Yeah.
That when you had some of that stuff, you would go, okay, so this is another one. You got to suck it up. All right, man, that's going to be a long night. I'm not really doing anything. Okay, hey, man, you know what? It's an amazing job. You're getting paid a shit ton of money. It's really cool. I love my friends. I love hanging out. But fuck, man, I wish I could do something, right?
Yeah.
And it's not that you're ungrateful. It's you literally want to contribute to it. And it's just not in the cards. It's
part of the success of a TV show, which I never knew. You and I had never done a big show like this. We'd always done movies. I've done guest stars like you.
Yeah.
We finally say yes to a regular and a TV show.
I mean, you do guest stars. It's all about you.
Well, it's not always just about you, but it certainly is. You sign on because you've read the script. It's one episode and you're happy to do it. And they're happy to have you on a series like this. When you sign on, like we all did, all 10 of us leads, and some became leads, including yourself after the first season. Honestly, Theo, then you are at the, beck and call of the writers, of Kurt, of the entire epic story of Sons of Anarchy, the 92 shows. So in movies, you've read the movie, you say yes or no, or they want you or you want them, and you finally do it, but you know what the movie is. We've talked about Ron, we've talked about his issues, we've talked about all of our little issues, but ultimately this is Kurt Sutter's story, and it's going to go where it's going to go. And we, thank goodness we all still loved one another and supported one another, because there were times that it was tough to be, and again, in a successful show like this, you're grateful and they're grateful and we're all grateful, but you want to do as much as you can to be in that character every week.
We all, and I think especially you and I and definitely Chibs and others, like we championed each other when we did have
100%.
Like when we did have stuff, you'd be like, oh man, you got that thing coming up. That's good.
Oh, fuck. We'd go up to Booney and go, Boone, epic show for you. Epic show. We were so happy.
Yeah. And again, for some people, it was never enough. And for some, it was just too much, in a way.
Oh boy, that's a good way to put it. That's true.
For some, it was never enough. And some, it was too much. But I think that, that it was always out of love of us always wanting to make the show the best show possible.
Yep.
Because we did know the amount of eyes on us. But all right, so let's swing back in. Where are we here? We're just
talking about the Juice Roosevelt scene. I thought it was beautiful and oh so sad. All right, now Jax, Chibs, and Bobby.
Yeah.
And again, no Tig anywhere in sight.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm nowhere.
You're gone.
Tig, the character, has been put into a closet, and his mustache is growing because I'm spicing it up with shoe polish.
Yeah.
And I'm biding my time. Let's call it that.
Why couldn't they make you be part of the clay thing over there? Come help out.
Yeah. I have a scene coming up with him because I remember the mustache now. Now that you pointed out, I remember going to see him. That might be coming up. All right. Anyway, on all these secrets, right, Theo? Yeah. There's secrets everywhere. And Bobby's hair looks like he just got out of a perm salon, like a wind tunnel. It was so puffy and beautiful and large, and I thought, what the fuck? Right out of a dryer.
The circle of life. He's like the lion.
That's it. Yeah. He's in a Disney movie. And then Jax, he always seems to say he can see the end game.
Yeah. Why does he never does anything to get?
He never. Well, and what he does seems to not be working out very well. No. Really.
He might need to recalibrate his plan.
He might have to. Anyway, those three are together. We set that.
I love that Tommy's heartbroken over everything. Chibs is kind of heartbroken. I do like that.
He sure is, man.
I didn't know
that whole Juice thing is just not.
And again, this is what it's so funny. I just got to bring something up that I was laughing at today. I was thinking, because after I watched the episode last night, what are the three things I'll tell you mine. And then what are the 3 things that people say to you all the time when they recognize you from the show? 3
Go
things.
ahead.
Top
Tell me.
3. Okay. What I usually get. Do you still ride?
Right.
Number 1. Number 2. Why'd they kill you off? Number 3. Tattoos on your head real?
I know. That's just so great.
And here's the answers. Do you still
sick.
ride? Not really. Still I have my bikes, but no. Why'd they kill you off? I don't know. It was the second to last episode. Do you have tattoos on your head for real? No.
No.
What do you
That's the greatest acting you've ever done right there. That's so real. There's no extra shit. It's just not really. I don't know. No. I mean, come on. How honest is that?
That's exactly how I answer. What do you get?
I fucking have no idea.
You get the ride thing. Do you ride?
I get, yeah, they know I ride. I think I've said enough now. I used to fucking ride. Me and Bobby and DL were the only ones who really rode at the start of this whole fucking thing. So I think they know that. No, they just go, do you miss playing Tig? And what a crazy guy. And how the fuck did you do that? Right. And I just go, it was nice to be invited on the ride.
Yeah.
It's over. I don't miss it, but I'll never forget it.
Never forget.
I'll never forget those 7 years, but I've so moved on.
Yeah.
People go, Mayans, man. I go, I hope it's the biggest show on the planet.
Oh, I don't get that. See, I don't get that because if they know the show, they know that it's impossible.
That's right. That's right. But me and Tommy lived, so they want to know why Tommy was on and I wasn't. And I just go, I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
It's all good.
Who cares? But the reason I bring that up is that Tommy does something here in this scene where he tells them about the past of Juice.
Yeah.
Dad.
Yeah.
And the look of Jax and Bobby is, who cares? Right? Like we got to change some.
That's my point. What a great arc for you to play with that Sutter gave you with these, in the biorhythms of the club. You can't have a black fox. What?
Right. So what? So
let's change the rules right now.
So what'll happen a lot is that I'll run into people in real life, in whatever this life is called, and they'll go, why didn't you just tell the club? And I'll go, well, one, Theo definitely didn't have that ability because it was Juice, and his words were written for him by someone else. And if I told them, then there would be no arc and no show, right? So it's just part of, but it's interesting because that almost proves that moment where they tell Jax, they tell Bobby, everybody's like, who gives a fuck? And you go, oh my God, Juice put himself in all this chaos for nothing. And I just love that because I didn't remember this episode. I love seeing Tommy's reaction because it really does build up a lot to what happens later. So he does, what's really interesting is Jax says, let him kill himself. And this guy's basically become a serial killer at this point. He doesn't give a fuck about anybody, right?
No, something's really snapped in Jax, man. I think he gets some of the humanity back coming up a little bit, but right now there's no happiness in Mudville right now. No,
he doesn't give a fuck about.
Doesn't give a
kill himself.
fuck.
I mean, maybe it's because it's Juice and I care about him, but Jesus. So, as they say on the show, Jesus Christ. So now we cut to Juice wanting to talk to Jax.
What a big fucking scene I wrote down. Big fucking scene, bro.
I remember that day.
You tell me you do.
I do.
You have to. Just for everyone's listening and watching, there, Jax and Tara, where they lived, a big focal point on our set, on our sound stage. We all knew it. We were all there a million times. And boy, was it quiet whenever we were in that fucking set. The hospital was a whole different thing. People are opening cans of Coke and stuff. Yeah. But when we were in that fucking space, always something serious was about to go down. Great scene.
And he was, at this point, this was the beginning of him and I not really speaking to each other.
Charlie and Theo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
as the story goes, sorry, Rossi, but as the story goes, as an actor, you have your own process, whatever that process is, just, Don't be an idiot.
great.
Don't be an
Don't be an
asshole. And
idiot.
do
Don't
do
be an
do,
asshole. Don't
do
be
what you
disrespectful.
yeah,
Don't be a
do it.
fucking
Right. Do what you
clown.
got to do.
Yeah.
But don't be peeing on your clothes and
Right.
throwing shit around.
Yeah.
And just don't be a bad
misogynist
person.
fucking pig. Don't be
Right. Don't, even though
yeah.
you're playing one, don't do that in real.
Yeah.
Right. But this is when,
Well, whatever your process is, go for it. Just don't bother anyone else outside of your process.
right. And again, I'm not going to say what's better or worse, but I will say that Daniel Day-Lewis, no matter how much you love the guy or don't know the guy or just respect the guy, he's a very internal actor 100% of the time when he's on set.
Correct.
In the makeup trailer before, getting his clothes on, he's making fun. But when he's on set, don't be fucking around. He's coming. That's his process, right? So I know that Charlie, with all this internal stuff, and fuck, did he do it well? But damn it, bro, let it go a little bit.
Yeah,
let it go a little bit on the side.
And again, as long as you're not hurting anyone, as long as it's not a detriment to anyone, cast, crew, whatever, you got to do what you got to do. Mine is definitely similar, but different, right? Again, I've played characters, especially after Sons, that are way more aggressive and, whatever. But my whole thing is like on the set, when I'm in there, I'm very quiet now. Like I'm more quiet, like between takes, but makeup, hair, lunch, I'm me, I'm whatever I'm doing. And then I can snap back into it.
Yeah.
I do understand him and I, the reason is because we weren't sure where this was going. We didn't know what was exactly happening. And I think that at this time, and all I could do is guess, which I don't really like doing, is the character of Jax was experiencing a tremendous amount of heartbreak. He had just lost Opie. He has a complete disconnection from Clay, where they came back together at one point, remember, over Abel. And then now him and Gemma, there's no relationship. He really does have no one, which we're going to come to see in his little scene with Chibs, right? Because he's also so ready to get rid of Bobby.
Yeah.
So I think that Juice was just another add-on of like, he's basically doesn't have Tig. Like Tig is nothing to him. He doesn't trust him. He never did, right? So this is a guy who's being made more of an island. And I can only imagine how that's internally affecting the person or impacting.
There you go. There you go. That's it.
Yeah. So he's on his own. So Juice wants to talk. They have their big thing. He leverages him just like he leverages Gemma. So everybody at one point, just like he leveraged Tig, everybody at one point is basically working for Jax. Like that's what it is, emotionally working for him.
Truly everyone but Bobby.
Everyone but Bobby.
Like truly everyone. Clay. He's coming for Clay. He's told Clay, you're fucking dead. He had that knife at his throat in the hospital. Everyone's on the chopping block. That's where we're at right now.
And is this all because of the revenge for his father?
Oh,
what is he so mad at Clay for?
Well, because Clay did the shit to Tara, smashed her arm up, smashed her hand up. He's found out that Clay and fucking Mummy, more Clay. I don't know if he knows about Mum yet.
Doesn't know about Mum.
Doesn't know about Mum yet.
No.
Responsible for his dad. All that shit that he found out in Ireland. I don't know, bro. It's all just coming to a head. And
then he's got these 3 undercover, technically narcs. He's got Juice, he's got Gemma, and he's got Tig at his beck and call, like a Doberman for him, right?
But he's also sold his soul a little bit to the CIA and the undercover. To those whole guys. To Danny Trejo.
And he's all buddy with Pope.
Come on. It's just the survival of the fittest, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a crazy world right now in SOA.
So then we get Rat, and what's the other prospect's name?
Walter. His real name was Walter.
What was his character name?
No idea.
Okay. Me neither.
Prospect number 4. Great guy, though.
He's a great guy.
Great guy. Walter.
Walter. I love Walter and I love Rat. Nico is my fucking.
Nico's our boy, and he gets really big in 6 and 7. We're gonna have a lot to talk about with Nico.
I love Nico, and he's so fucking talented, and he's so good. He reminds me of a little Coatesy. He's got
a little Matt Craven, a little Coatesy,
Matt
man.
Craven too.
Yeah,
a little Coatesy in him. He's got that whole. He he could fucking rock that kid when he's
Well,
in
come
there.
on. How nice is it? We're talking about Nico again, because last time we really talked about him, he's about to get, Russian rouletted in that goddamn room with Big Chris. And they were so good together, those two. And then where did Rat Boy go? Maybe he was busy. I can't remember, but nice to have him back.
Yeah, it's nice to have him back. So they're going to track down Opie's killer. I used to work with that guy.
Did you?
Yeah, he was a bouncer at the place I bar backed at.
Love that guy. He was one of the naked guys when we were in prison.
He was the private security of the owner of the restaurant. And then he also was the head guy at the door of this bar / club /
Didn't want to fuck with him.
No, you didn't want to fuck with him. And he, so we worked there I was there for 2 years. He was there. So when I saw him on set, what a pivotal role he plays, right? I didn't realize he'd be coming again. Didn't remember this. Didn't know he was coming back around.
I didn't remember till I saw it. Anyway, go ahead. Tara Margaret.
Tara,
right?
Yeah, the job interview. Providence, Rhode Island.
Yeah, sure. I wrote down it's too good to be true. Oh, wait, it is.
Oh, I don't know. See,
no, I'm just saying it's too good to be true. And it is too good
to be true. And
yeah,
she's
not going anywhere.
Margaret's smiling like she just hit the bottom of the Cracker Jacks box. She just found the prize of the Cracker Jacks. She is smiling the whole time. Jack's back at TM with Gemma. He's cold as ice to her.
Cold as ice.
Cold as
willing
ice.
Willing to sacrifice my love.
Is it my love or your love?
Your love.
Yeah.
Our love. Their love.
Let's cover
anyone's love.
Our love. So here comes the notorious mayor who changes looks more than fucking Zartan and G.I. Joe. He is always looking like somebody different.
I didn't recognize him. Kobler, Jeffrey. Fucking didn't recognize him.
Some days he comes in looking like Leonard Skinner. Some days he comes in looking like a fucking magician. Some days
every time we talk, we go, "How you doing?" I've been working. Changing my look up.
Hair. He's always got different mustache, facial hair. So here comes the notorious Charming Heights is back in action. We're always hearing about Charming Heights, right?
Care less, but all right.
Off Charming
Who
Heights.
fucking cared? Big catalog too. Like,
looks like the Sears catalog at Christmas. But guess what's about to happen? Tig's doing the shout out. Hey, Jax.
Yeah.
Hey, Jax.
I wrote down Tig speaks.
Tig speaks.
Tig speaks. Oh my God.
He can speak. Hey, Jax.
Hey, Jax. But the prospects are on the move.
They're on the move.
Got a little info for you.
So then we go to Tara with Otto. I don't know what's going on.
Well, can I read what I said?
Yeah.
I said, Tara and Otto. Is it just me, or why do I get a pit in my stomach every time she shows up with him?
I'm sick. Me too. I just get like, okay, the silence is deafening. There's a lot going on. I know something bad's going to happen. I don't know what.
Yeah, I couldn't remember either.
Somebody's getting whacked. It's either
going to it's not going to go well.
Someone else. They're either whacking themselves or whacking someone else. I don't know what's happening there.
No.
Yeah. And then we cut to Clay with Sonny Barger.
Yeah.
Lenny the Pimp.
Boy, Lenny the Pimp. How good is Sonny in this fucking show?
Yeah, for someone who's never acted in
his life.
Calm and cool as
he's just as a cucumber, not a pickle, as a cucumber.
He is as calm as the predecessor of the pickle.
Yeah. No, he's so good. I remember when I was doing that big emotional scene with Clay in the hospital, I shed a couple of tears. He was there that day. And went, I don't know how you do that. Like, you guys, how do you do that? That acting thing.
You're doing it.
I said, Sonny, you're doing it. You're doing it. Just be real. Anyway.
What did we used to tell DL all the time, right? When he used to ask stuff.
DL.
Just talk.
That motherfucker.
Just talk. He
just got so good.
Yeah. Just let it
on
go.
This show. He just let it go. Don't do any. Just feel it.
That's
God,
tell him you don't know what you're gonna say in real life, so don't know what you're gonna say here. Just talk.
He just fucking lift off. Love him. All right.
Off was ready to go. So great scene with Sonny and Clay.
Oh, didn't you like this line when Clay goes, "Can I do anything for you on the outside?" And Sonny goes, "I ain't got no more outside."
Fuck, what a line. I felt that.
What a line.
What a line.
You and I are lucky that we're doing what we're doing, playing guys like that who can be
Yeah.
incarcerated, right? We're not in prison. And I can
I've
only
been doing
imagine.
a lot. I did the mass bailout reform. I've been doing a lot with my guy, Ryan. We had a big Texas coalition prison thing here about the bail system and also about, listen, I'm not going to get into the prison industrial complex. I did a whole podcast on it. It's a fucking disaster, but there is no reform. It's a fucking disaster. And what we think as humans, which has been embedded into our brain, is that if you're in jail, you're guilty, which is not necessarily true.
That's right.
There's been hundreds of thousands of people who've been exonerated, right?
That's right.
And also people who don't deserve to be in these prisons that did stuff that probably shouldn't get you next to some of the other people who are in prison, right?
Yeah, we can go on and on about this. There's no doubt. Yeah.
No need to go on about it. But
right.
The thing is this. If you're in there and your family disowned you or they died or you didn't have anybody to begin with, your life, if you're in there longer than you're outside.
I ain't got no one on the outside. What a great line. That's it.
It's a fucking great line. And that's their existence. That's your existence. And that is heartbreaking. Yet at the same time, some of the guys, you know, it was focused on one of the greatest movies ever, Shawshank, who he'd rather be in there, you know?
Yeah.
What a crazy system. So Uncer pulls in, talks with Gemma. He comes in like a house of fire. I don't know why. I guess that
because it was lunch. It was lunch. No, he's getting lunch right after this scene. That's it. I remember him. Hey, I'm going to lunch. I had steak, potatoes. I'm going to take some home.
Just wanted to get it done.
When you get it done, when he's so happy.
That was the most. His heart rate was probably at 123.
Yep.
Came through the door.
Flying it.
They did that scene. She tells him, put the Winnebago outside. And she also tells him again, poor fucking Uncer, Chief Uncer, poor Wayne. All she does is ask him for shit. Go find out stuff on Clay for me.
His little lapdog, man. Just a little lapdog. Yeah.
Fucking a lackey. Who is the
Yeah, that's right. That's a great word.
And who was the deputy in on that show, Dukes of Hazzard? There was Roscoe Pico Train, and then
I just know Festus with Gunsmoke.
But he's a deputy, and it sucks. Yeah. So to her, she's the sheriff in all ways. Meet up with the bastards, looking for the Opie killer. Michael Beach, one of my favorite actors to ever
in the world,
ever live on this planet. He's in the best shape of anyone ever, and he's literally ripped, shredded.
He was one of the MCs at my daughter's One Heart Source. You remember, he was there talking away, raising so much money for Kyle over in Tanzania, helping us all. Michael Beach, that's a human being right there, baby.
Oh yeah,
I miss him.
I just did another movie with him.
You did?
I did.
Which one?
One with Charles Murray, director.
Oh yeah, bro.
Yeah, Beach is in that.
Oh, good. How is he, fucker?
Great in everything he's in.
No, I mean, how's he doing in this world? I mean,
he's a rider. He works out like crazy. He's got his family. He's a
Love
family
him.
man. You know, Beach is one of those people that I always look at and I always go, you and I have talked about this a bunch. Great career, right? Like you just do your thing. Everybody knows who you are. They don't know specifically from what, right? I always say, if you're an actor in this business and you're known for five things, if someone can know you from 5 things, you're successful.
Wow.
If someone goes, I know you from this,
that's
and
cool.
Goes up a 5.
That's cool.
To me, you've made it, because very rarely can a common, usually it's 1, 2, they haven't seen this, they have seen that. But if you have 5 that it's transcended into the zeitgeist,
You're a real working actor.
That means you're really doing your thing. It might not say monetarily what it's done for you. And Beach is one of those guys who's just been in fucking everything.
Everything.
And he's just
Love
great. And I love him. And he was so good as this character. So again, this is unexpected, but here's our part of the show where we need our action and chaos ensues. You were there, a lot of running. Okay.
So is this where we go up to the boat thing? Yeah.
Nope. This is the bar.
Oh, this is still the bar. Okay.
Yeah.
But are we shooting yet? Are we all shooting?
There's some shots fired here.
Yeah. And then I go, well, not Tig, apparently. Tig isn't shooting in this
You're
scene.
not shooting.
No, I think DL is Charlie. Oh yeah, and then one of the guys clips the bikes.
Yep.
Oh yeah, and I remember Guy Ferlin directed this episode. I remember being there, and they had to do a stunt guy driving away trying to clip that first bike so that they all be dominoes. Guess how many times we had to do that shot?
How many?
5.
Wow.
Before it finally worked. That took a lot of time. So there we are shooting up, and then we got Jax screaming in Theo's face. Now, can I just ask a question here?
Screaming.
I know it's a TV show. I know we've killed 100 people. We should all be talking about being incarcerated for the rest. I know, but it's a show. It's a fake, beautiful, fictional.
Everybody from Charming should be on a milk carton.
Right. And so that's fine. I get it. But here's a case where 22 shots were fired. And the next thing we see is we're standing still in the same location. Bikes is still kind of down. Maybe we just picked them and we're having a discussion.
Yep.
Where are the cops?
They're not involved.
Where's the 911 call?
They're at Charming Heights.
They're in Charming Heights figuring it out where the houses are going to go.
Yeah. They're buying
okay, thank you for answering that. Anyway, there we are.
Okay, so there's the chaos. Bobby gets heated up. He's trying to calm the situation. He is like, there's a compromise to be had.
Yeah.
You got to listen, 20-year relationship. Everybody get it together. We're going to do it my way. Listen to reason. Boom. Uncer walks in on Roosevelt. Roosevelt was looking at the stuff on his wife. Uncer comes in. They have a little chat about Clay. They see that they have a commonality. Them two have always butted heads, but maybe it's time to kind of come together.
Yeah.
And now Tara meets up with Gemma. That's a really quick scene, but she gives her the cross. Tara's just playing her off, giving her the brush off. Gemma's trying to be inquisitive, trying to find out some things.
Well, Gemma's not in her circle anymore, right? So
yeah,
she's been, you know, you're out.
Ain't the queen.
And yeah, you're out until I tell you you're back in, you're out. So
really interesting to see Gemma in a passive position.
Yeah, how about that?
It's interesting. And now Romeo and the crew meet up with Clay. I felt like this was a bit of a rush thing. I'm not going to get into it, but Romeo and the crew meet with Clay, and all of a sudden Clay has pieced everything together like he's
no, you're brilliant, bro. You're brilliant. I literally wrote down, this is a very, very, very complicated story right now. It is so complicated, we're making it even more complicated.
Yeah.
Clay comes in, arms out, jacked to the nines, no more oxygen, stronger than a bull, wants back in somehow. And now we got Romeo and Benito going, hang on. Whoa. Yeah. And then they shut Clay up after Clay shuts them up.
Yeah.
It's just like, what?
And nobody denies anything. They're like,
no one's denying it.
Wow. And he figured it out like brazenly. Like he was like, oh, I know this and I know that and I know this. And I was like, what? It's
really fucking complicated, bro. Honestly,
it was like, let's take a year of shit and put it into one small scene.
Yeah.
And now, and now Jax is going to die at the end. What?
Yeah.
Uncalled for. Silly.
Really quick shit.
Stupid. Okay. So Pope with Jax. This is another one.
Come on. What's all the smiles? What's all the buddy shit? What's all, Pope looking at his shoes going, look at you growing up in the streets. Yeah. I don't know.
What is it? Is Jax playing him?
Well, sure, he's playing him a bit. We don't know he's playing him until the final episode of this season. And is Pope really that proud of this fucking gangster biker guy? I don't know. I didn't really buy it.
Yeah, me neither. And he says he needs Tig gone.
However, that was at least cool to be reminded of, to have Pope say to him, "Oh, this isn't over until Traeger's dead."
Yes.
Like I was thankful to have that out there again to remind people, oh, wait, Tig's mustache is really weird right now. He doesn't speak much anymore. That's okay. Kim Coates is a really good actor. He is what he is. That's fine. But to remind everybody, my days are numbered. That was important to say. And I'm glad that was in there.
Yeah. I mean, it's not just you looking like Raleigh fingers. So now we're at the pier, ready to get this guy more action stuff.
And there we are. Can I say something? Okay, now we're at this. Yeah. So here we are, and I remember so well now when Guy said, "Okay, Coatesy, you go with Chris and Bobby," and I went, "That's fucking excellent." Not that I'm taking away from how fast Bobby and Chris can run.
Yeah.
But being with the big boys, I knew we wouldn't be sprinting 100 miles an hour, 10 takes.
Yeah.
I was so thankful to be with the boys. And Charlie, Tommy, and Happy were in the other three. And I let them do the running. Let them do the,
This was where whenever there's a running scene, you immediately regret that you're a biker wearing boots. And you go, I wish
Charlie had those sneakers on. Come on, he was happy.
Yeah, and those aren't that comfortable Air Force Ones, but he did have sneakers on, and all the rest of us had boots, and those just suck to run with. Probably even more so if you are of the larger scale, because it was hot.
Yeah,
we were wearing a lot of gear.
Yeah,
and there's a lot of sweating, which will come up. There's a scene coming up where Clay did not get the mop up on his.
No, I know exactly which one you're talking about.
I was like, somebody dropped the ball on the mop up. Okay, so Chibs shoots him. Bobby's furious.
I mean, what the fuck are we doing killing Randall like that? Like,
sure.
Why?
Trying to make a point. Jax is unhinged.
I know, but fucking Theo, everyone's pissed off. What the hell are you doing?
20 years down the toilet.
20 years down the toilet for what? I mean, really, I know Randall was involved. I get it. But really, it was Pope. Pope controlled everything inside that fucking prison. It wasn't really Randall. He was just, subterfuge of just like being there, wrong place, wrong place. Anyway, I didn't think they needed to kill him.
Theo's basically saying you can go kill all the other guys. You just got to leave them. You can beat them up even. So the compromise was there. He just didn't do it. And I'm going to give you a quick example of pretty good writing, by the way, is so Bobby in the previous scene, it said 20-year relationship with the bastards.
Yeah.
In the next scene, he says, you just flushed 2 decades down the toilet.
Yeah.
I love how he doesn't repeat 20 year. That's good writing. Right?
Yeah. Really good writing. Yeah.
He's not using it again.
Yeah.
So we get to Jax at TM.
I'm going to go talk to Bobby. It says Chibs and Jax have that
bullfighter mustache. That's when, if you guys want to spot the bullfighter mustache, that's the scene. I have it tagged. That's where Tig's bullfighter mustache is.
It's on.
Effect. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jackson Chibs on the bench. Love fest.
Yeah.
I love you, brother. You're the brother. Let's all brother. Love, love, love.
But again, I have to say that Tommy in that scene, the lines are what the lines are. And then you discuss the meaning of the lines. And then you want to go opposite sometimes of the meaning of the lines. What Tommy did was all three in that one scene. He said simply, I'm here and I love you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going anywhere.
That's right.
But the way he said it was really, and he kissed him on the cheek, and we get all that. But I still think that there was shit going on inside of Chibs that he didn't say, which was amazing because we don't know where that's going to go, that relationship.
And that's where I felt, I don't really feel anything for the Jax character, but what I did feel for him is how alone he feels.
Yeah.
And again, surprising how fast he's ready to get rid of Bobby.
Yeah.
I mean, just that simple. And I guess this loss of Opie is just so much bigger. There's no attachment to anyone anymore. Juice going.
No, that's right. No, that's right. You're absolutely right.
To anyone. He doesn't want to get attached to anyone. I get it. Sometimes you get in these relationships in life and, someone hurts you and you push away everybody, right? Even things that could be good. And I think that's where he was at that point. Juice going through Clay stuff.
Okay. Now let me talk about that.
Sure.
I was more stressed watching that scene with what Juice was doing than 42 gunshots 2 scenes earlier outside. Shoot. That shit for me. I know we need action. I know we need music. I get it. But Juice, don't get caught. What are you doing? Yeah. Are you all right? That, and then you hear a bike pull up. You hear a car. Yep. That to me is my heart. I that's real SOA for me. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
what I always do whenever I have scenes like that, and I just did it recently on a movie, is I'll tell the props department, don't tell me where it is.
Yeah.
And I'll say, you could always take the scissors to it. Like if I really can't find it, like, or whatever, you could edit it. But like, just don't tell me where it is.
Let me really look for it.
Let me look for it.
I love it.
And there was the time recently where I don't know what movie it was, where I was like, hey, cut. I can't find it.
Remember what I said? Don't tell me. Just tell me, would you?
Yeah,
I want to find the Easter egg. It's Easter. I want to find the egg.
I mean, I don't think you have to make it
chocolate
that
right
hard.
now. Yeah.
So, but that one, I did love that I didn't know where it was. And
That's great.
And he did camera. That was when we were doing cameras behind the walls. And that's, again, when you're on a set, you can remove walls and stuff. So here's what happens in this scene. If anybody notices, because I did, Clay opens up to him, calls him son again, which Clay just loves to do, loves to call Juice son. If the bell doesn't ring, I think Juice is going to tell him everything. He's going to tell him Jax has him in a pickle jar. He's going to tell him that.
Wow.
We got to do something. Oh yeah. Look at his face. He's going to tell him everything.
I think that's awesome.
And then the bell rings.
Ding dong.
Yeah. She's about to tell him everything.
Wow.
Yeah. And the bell rings. And of course we know who it is.
Yeah.
Right. Hold on one sec.
I do love how you said in there, because you talk about this shit all the time. You said to him, the prospects are going on a Costco run. Do you need anything?
I know.
Like we always talk about,
see that.
why aren't we shopping? Costco. You and me in fucking Costco. Why aren't we shopping? Right?
Just want Tig and Juice and CVS.
Yeah. How about that?
Yeah.
Am I buying smokes? Tig's what am I doing?
Looking at foot cream and Juice. Like,
yeah, come on. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Like,
anyway, very funny.
Off. Like that's a funny scene, right? But okay. So Clay gives him that hug.
Yeah.
And that hug is that, Juice is literally a wreck. And that's where this was the moment where I was watching. I was like, I can't believe I played this guy for so long, because he's a wreck. He looks at Gemma. It's almost like him and Gemma have this unspoken thing, like we're both doing something, whatever, that Clay's Clay. So now Clay puts his hands on Gemma, and here's the scene. Perlman was sweating like an Olympian in that scene. That's what I wrote. And I only say that because we're pretty on top of like, hey guys, just like get this down. I'm in the house, assuming my house has air conditioning in the show. I probably shouldn't be sweating like this, but those sets would get super hot, and somebody did not mop up Clay in this scene. Check the sweat.
No, it was like a waterfall in the crevice of his wrinkles. And Pearl, that beautiful face and blue eyes of his, he's got some heavy crevices right here, and there was literally waterfalls that a pixie queen could have been jumping off of, but he never lost where he was. Never. He kisses her hand. That's pure Shakespeare for all you Shakespeareans out there. That's pure Shakespeare, kissing her hand. God, Clay and Gemma. Again, we've had the Nero thing, right? It's all different. It's all changed. But when those scenes, and Gemma is playing him, not here. Let's go back. Oh, it's all fake.
Yep.
It just rips your heart out, bro.
Because it's all fake. But she wants to go home.
Yeah.
And I'm watching these not knowing how much of it is real. I know she's playing him, but I don't know how much of it is.
Like, no, it's a great point.
I don't know how much.
But the desperation in Clay, he's got no one. He's got Juice.
Yeah.
But
he's kind of revealing more as Clay, but then at the same time he's being aggressive with the Galindos and the talk with. So there's like, what a great season for him.
Great.
I know he might not feel that way, but
it's great. Pro was so amazing. Yeah.
So Tara gives Otto to chain. He wants to pray, and it's a massacre. Yeah, it's a massacre.
The sons live, Redwood bleeds. Okay, Jesus fucking Christ. I mean, how does Tara? I know she has to because she's written to stay.
Yeah.
How does she stay in Charming after this? Like,
no.
How does she not just run for the hills? Just run from everything.
I think again, you talk about someone going into zombie mode. She's gone after this.
Oh
because-
my God. Great point, bro.
Yeah, she's been what she
Crucifixed.
just
That nurse got crucifixed right there in front of her.
literally
Blood was everywhere.
everywhere.
Like, what the fuck?
Again, Donald Logue's real sister in real life.
So good. God, she was
So
good in
good.
this.
She was really good. And she just got taken out heavy. So again, it's a shocking scene. That's what
So
we
violent.
do. That's what we do.
That's what we do. We
uncalled
do it really
for?
well.
Yeah, is it uncalled for? I don't know. It's up to the audience. I don't know.
No, that one wasn't.
I don't think it was uncalled
No, I
for.
think that was making a point.
Yeah,
I just can't believe why Tara stays. That's all. That's just crazy to me.
I think she's in shock.
Yeah.
Jax tells Juice it's a ticking clock. And you know what I wrote here? I always tell my sons all the time. My sons will go, he's a mean guy, right? When we're watching movies. Like they love Home Alone. We watched Home Alone again this morning before they went to school.
Love it.
And they'll see Joe Pesci and they go, that's the mean guy. He's a mean guy, right? And I wrote, Jax is a mean guy.
Yeah.
Jax is just the mean guy, as my
Yeah.
sons would say.
Yeah.
He's a mean guy at this point.
Yeah.
And meets up with Uncer quick, basically tells him what he got on the board. You know, again, it's just all to figure out to get Clay. That's his only plan. Clay with Gemma, Clay coming clean with everybody. I mean, Clay is at this point where he's just purging himself of all these things, right? He's telling Gemma she's the only one. And then she goes in on it.
And can I just say, I'm sure you've been there. I know I have. Sometime in your life where something perhaps you've done, which is not wrong, but just something that you wish you could do over, or something you could just, why did I do that? There's something when you're not caught, but when someone calls you on it, there's a freedom of just going, like Clay right now, he's done it all. A lot of it was bad. And a lot of it he's going to get caught. A lot of it, there's nowhere to go. But he's got his black t-shirt on. He's with his wife. They're in their bedroom. That was season 1, baby. Season 2, all the time. And he's reflecting on the old days. And you know what? It's all different now.
It's all different.
And he knows his time is kind of short, I'll bet
Yeah,
you.
and I think that the writers knew it too. And that's why he's just kind of telling everything, right? He's just kind of letting all these things.
Good point.
They're humanizing him a little. And, you know, you're trying again. What we like to do on this show is blur the lines.
Good point.
Is he a mean guy or is he a good guy, right?
Yeah, no, good point.
And I would say in these episodes, as we're gearing through them and racing through them, that Clay is starting to seem like the nice guy and Jax is starting to seem like the mean guy. So the tides have turned, right? Does the gavel corrupt whoever sits there?
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Is that you or me?
that's you, buddy. I don't
Sorry. Off, gone. Sorry.
So this is it. Here we go. Jax pulls up to meet Roosevelt. He now wants Clay as well. You know, Roosevelt wants Clay. Everybody wants Clay dead.
Can I just mention in there too, again, much like the Pope Jax thing, I just find them chummy.
He's chummy with everybody, bro.
Like chummy.
Yeah, I get it. I don't know.
I don't know if I get it at all, because he lost his wife. He lost his wife and unborn child. And I know he's trying to find people, but I don't know. It's just a chummy thing between Jax and Roosevelt that I don't know.
And Pope and the mayor and everyone. And maybe that's the deal, right? That's
Exactly what we're supposed to see and feel.
That's
Is
what
Jax
we're
is being
supposed to see.
chummy with all these guys, but he's playing them all. All right.
Maybe
Fair
he
enough.
is. And we'll see, right? He's smarter than all of them. Maybe that's the deal. Again, I don't remember the show, so let's see how it plays out. And then Tara's at the table smoking weed. She's in zombie mode. She's gone.
Here comes the music. Here comes the end of the show.
Tells him
Music's
what went
on.
down.
Tara's smoking pot.
She's going to get arrested and go to jail.
Yeah.
She's an accessory to murder. Everybody's going to jail. Otto played it perfectly. That's it. Reaper.
But again, Jax goes at the very end. He goes,
I'll figure it out.
"Yeah, I'm not going to let that happen, babe." Really? How's it working for you so far, Jax? Tell her.
You got a giant list that you need to
Like,
mark off things.
List. I'm not going to let that happen. Really? How? How are you going to do that?
Yeah. I don't know.
And guess what, Rossi? 3 to go.
3 to go in season 5. I'm digging it. It's actually a really good season.
It's a really good season, man.
It's more of a season 5 feels more like a there's endurance to it. It feels like it's more paced. Like there's not a lot of highs and lows. Like it feels like it's just very even. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's just
there's enough explosiveness with emotions and action that it's just keeping you on the edge of your seat this fucking season, man. Mm-hmm. We don't know where anything's going, but
there's no bad episodes. Like I haven't watched them yet where I've been like, oh, that was fucking terrible.
Don't remember any of those so far. No way.
No, it's pretty great. So this is definitely up there. 3 left. Hey, bud, I love you.
Toodaloo. Love you.
See you soon.
See you, buddy. Ciao, ciao.
Fuck off.